Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over 3 fat loss tips to help you see results. Be sure to stay all the way to the end of this video because I'm also going to show you 3 of my favorite mobility, flexibility drills that I have been adding into my day-to-day warm-up routine. Okay, tip number 1, you guys, is going to be making sure that you are in a calorie deficit. Now, when we're in a calorie deficit, we should be a little bit hungry. So if you're feeling hungry throughout your fat loss journey, this is normal, but also by figuring out a calorie deficit, we're going to have to figure out what our maintenance is first. So if you are unsure of what that looks like for you, make sure that you start tracking your food on MyFitnessPal, or we also use an app called LifeBase. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and leave a comment below and I can show you what that app is all about. But also, by figuring out your maintenance, we can then calculate what it looks like to be in a calorie deficit. We don't want to be in a calorie deficit for too long also because then our body can plateau. So making sure that you are in that calorie deficit but not for too long is also very important. I also want to point out that if we are not sure of our maintenance calories, it's really important to figure that out, because if you start off at a really low calorie and in order to lose weight you have to cut those calories even low, I highly suggest that you wait and make sure that you can get up to that maintenance calorie first and then start the cutting process, because our bodies adapt really well. So the second we do go up to the maintenance, people fear, oh my gosh, I'm going to gain weight, or oh my gosh, I can't eat this much. Well, our bodies will adapt to that and make sure that you adjust your calories so that you can get to that maintenance point and give your body that break of being at such a low calorie. Because if we start low calorie and then jump even lower, we're just adding more stress onto the body, which can actually cause the opposite effect of what you're wanting, which is fat loss. It can actually cause our bodies to hold on to that fat and store body fat because it's stressed out, and we don't want that. So make sure you do start off at a very good calorie maintenance level so that you can go ahead and drop those calories into a calorie surplus or calorie deficit. So that's step number 1. Moving on to step number 2, we want to make sure when creating this fat loss journey. Moving on to step 2, we want to make sure when creating this meal plan that we are focusing on protein. So protein is a huge building block to muscle. When we have more muscle, we're going to burn more fat. So that's going to help with our metabolic rate. Is having more muscle helps the body burn more fat, which is great. That's what we want, right? So 0.7 to 1 grams per body weight. So for instance, if you weigh 120 pounds, you want to hit 120 grams of protein, and that would be at that 1 gram per body weight. So if you're nowhere near this, my suggestion to you is starting off small and slowly inching your way up to make sure you do hit that 1 gram per body weight. Because if you are an athlete and you are working your butt off at the gym and working hard, you definitely need that to recover from your workouts. And it is going to help with recovery process as well. So start off small. Just make sure you're adding at each meal, you're making sure you're having a protein source at every single meal, and that's going to help you hit your protein goal. Up next, we have our training. So this is a big one that a lot of people, I think, can misunderstand is, when we go in that fat loss process, we think, oh, we have to bust our butts at the gym, be at the gym and do endless amounts of cardio and hours upon training. But this is so wrong, you guys. What this can also do, like we talked about before, being in that low calorie deficit for too long or even lower than what we should be at, we are putting our bodies under more stress. So low calorie deficit, extra training, bodies are going to be under a lot of stress. So I'm a big advocate of training with a purpose. So each workout, I'm giving it my all, but also if I'm not recovered properly, or if I have an injury or something of that nature, I do need to listen to my body and take that step back and be okay with that. Getting in extra movement by walking, getting in some mobility for the day, just making sure that you're moving is going to be crucial in the weight loss journey. But if you're hurting and you're not able to give it your all in your workout, what is that really going to do for you at the end of the day? It's going to push you back further and further each day of the week for the workouts. So what I like to say is giving that full effort each workout with a purpose, and on the days that maybe you can't, there's just some type of movement, mobility, flexibility going on that day instead. But like I said, not putting our bodies under too much stress, because the more stress we put on our bodies, the harder it's going to be to get into that fat loss process. That's why I'm adding these 3 mobility tips on this video, is because I want you guys to know the importance of recovering. So our bodies need to be taken care of by recovering through getting enough protein, adding in the mobility and flexibility drills as well. So stay tuned, because I'm going to show you guys these 3 mobility drills that I add in to my day-to-day life, whether that be before I jump into a workout or even just in the morning when I wake up and maybe my body's feeling a little stiff. These are 3 movements that I highly recommend that you do every single day. Guys, we are starting with the first mobility stretch. This stretch is called the cat-cow. So our hands are on the mat while our knees are on the mat on all 4s. And we're going to arch that back up nice and tall, almost like a string is pulling your back up, arching it with that nice round spine. And then when we're going down into that cow position, we are bringing the belly button down to the ground and rolling the shoulders back, bringing the chest out nice and tall, and we're breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Opening up everything, getting those muscles nice and loose is going to help with the lower back and opening up the chest. Moving on to exercise number 2. So this is my favorite stretch. So this is called the cobra. We're laying flat on the mat. Hands are pressed up against the mat, and we're going to push our hands against the mat while only bringing our chest out, shoulders out nice and tall, and keeping our hips down in the mat. Driving our hips down into the mat is really going to get a nice stretch on that low back, while also stretching out the chest and the shoulders by bringing the shoulders out nice and tall. Last but not least, exercise number 3 is going to be the world's greatest stretch. I absolutely love this stretch too, because this is going to hit everything. So as we're reaching through, we are feeling that stretch in our lats and our shoulders. And then as we come up and reach up to the sky, we're going to get that chest opened up again, getting a full stretch in the chest, while also being in a lunge position. You're going to get some hamstring stretch while also hitting the hips. I love these 3 exercises. I do them every day, even before I warm up, before I get out of bed. I do them every day. They're amazing. They help me with any tightness or discomfort that I have that gets me through the day. If you like this video, guys, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel for more fitness content just like this. And we look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.